Hello everyone, this is Tom, your host for the Hidden Truths channel. How's everybody doing this afternoon? Hope you're doing well. I don't normally do afternoon live stream, but Hidden Truths, you never know. Anyway, this afternoon's live stream is going to be about Sweeney selling some jeans, and what a controversy it creates, huh? We're going to talk about that, but we'll wait a little bit for some people to show up and show you the place here. Yeah, this is where I live. And let me lower this camera a little bit. Anyway, this is the Grove. There's my campfire camping area. House is up there. I got my camper. So anyway, but yeah, we're gonna talk about the crazy. I tell you what, I've been working all weekend. I didn't even notice that a woman was selling jeans and it was making such a controversy. You know, you're not sure in today's world what's gonna upset some people, but selling jeans, okay, I guess it's not. We'll get into that, but anyway, yep, enjoy my afternoon. The stuff these liberals can get upset about, it's hilarious. They're never happy. They're always complaining. And now the big bandwagon is, oh my God, selling jeans. Always something stupid in today's world, and this is about as stupid as you can get. But anyway, boy, it's a beautiful day. I hope it's beautiful where you're at. So, yep, enjoying my Saturday afternoon. You know, wearing my jeans. I tell you what, I made a short about that, a couple shorts about that, and YouTube won't even play the one. They got that one buried under the YouTube prison. Well, the truth is the truth. And these people will hide from the truth as best as they can. But anyway, people should start showing up here unless YouTube's got me on the ignore. Okay, I see some people showing up. Let's talk about Sweeney and selling jeans, okay? And how it's just upsetting some people beyond belief. Okay, now if you're gonna sell an article of clothing, you know the reason models are slim and they look nice and stuff, not everybody can be like that. But you want your product to catch the eye and stuff. Putting some 300-pound gal in a pair of jeans that just doesn't look right, okay, ain't gonna sell no jeans. But Sweeney, she's doing great selling jeans. Yeah, I think she's got a nice ass in those jeans. I'll say it. But then again, when I was younger, I got told by women that I had a nice ass in jeans too. I don't remember anybody hating me for it, but now they're mad at jeans. Boy, they were beating up on Teslas not too long ago, weren't they? Anyway, got some people showing up. I tell you, if we want to support the channel, I don't ask for money or sell anything or donations. If you want to hit the thumbs up, to subscribe, and the bell notification to help support this channel, I gladly go for that. Okay, here I am. Hi. But yeah, we're talking about selling jeans now. This is how crazy this world has gotten. Upset about who they get to sell jeans. Now, if it would have been Dylan Mulvaney or I'm not going to say minority anymore because whites are becoming a minority, but somebody that they consider acceptable in those jeans, it would have been just fine. But the thing is, American Eagle wanted to sell jeans. Wokeness is gone. I don't know what these people are thinking. Hey, how's it going? Hello, I am Spanish. Hey, I've been to Spain before. Rode to Spain and stuff in the Marine Corps back in the day. But anyway, but jeans, right? What guy out there, I'm not going to say that married guys are not don't have to answer this, okay? What us single guys, we don't, we like looking at a heterosexual man. We like looking at a woman that has a good pair of jeans on. Okay, and I tell you what, the jean vest, it's even better. I mean, you want to get your product promoted and sold, just hope the liberals don't like it. Because you know how much money American Eagle's making right now? Over liberal tears, over nothing? Over some model selling jeans? My goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. But this is the world we live in these days. And these people think they actually got a point. I mean, they're saying it's Nazi eugenics. Really? Well, okay, let's get specific on how they're referring genes, okay? I'm in agriculture, okay? Deal with AI and artificial insemination, all that, where the genetics is the big part of it, taking the best of the best to create even more of the best or the better. Okay, so technically, that's actually happening. We're just doing with animals. I mean, horse racing. How do you get a really expensive horse? Get good genetics. How do you get a lot of money for your bulls? Good genetics. How do you sell a lot of jeans? Good genetics. I mean, that's just the way of life. But you look at who's upset or fake your... Hey, dude. You want to stay on my channel? I don't have a problem with that. You know what? We are going to... Here. No, don't want to do that. Where did I do that? See, now I got to deal with these morons. Oh, come on. Where did I find that? Okay. There, I got it. Okay, buddy. You're more than welcome to stay on my channel and improve my analytics if you want, but you can only put a comment every minute, and I'll just shut you down. All right? This is what I mean. This is what we deal with these people. And they're upset with genes. And then, if, whatever. But YouTube, don't worry. I know you realize you can't see that, even though your Google moderators are here. Boy Blue, hello. What's your bro's name? Why is bro's name that? Why is bro's name Hidden Truths? Because the world's nothing but a bunch of secrets in today's world. Anyway, we're talking about jeans. And a good-looking ass in jeans that some asses that don't fit in jeans are really upset about. This is what happens when you take care of yourself and, you stay healthy and you become attractive and stuff. I always told my daughters, they were good-looking stuff, that beauty is something you got to work on. Beauty is just, especially when you get older, it's not handed to you. You got to work at it. Okay, and that's what these people do. You got a bunch of people on there all upset. Anyway, you got to admit, being upset over somebody selling jeans? My God, what's wrong with these people? What's wrong with these people? They hate themselves. That's the main thing that's wrong with it. And they can't do anything they can do they can't think of anything they can do to help improve their self-esteem. You'll feel good about yourself. If you don't like the way you look in the mirror, guess what? You can change it. You can shape your body the way you want it. You just got to have motivation. There's a reason it's called working out, because it's work, okay? And then you got to do this other thing you guys hate doing, sweating, okay? To burn off them calories. Get those old muscles going. You become healthy. You start liking yourself. And then if you see some woman in jeans, you don't think twice about it because you look good in jeans. Anyway, but that's what we're dealing with in today's world. And nobody seems to want to fix the mental illness. Just hate. Shorts I put on YouTube about YouTube YouTube don't like them at all. Very sensitive they are. Must be a room full of them people that don't like, good-looking women selling jeans. I mean, let's say she was Victoria's Secret models. Well, they're probably not the models they were when I was growing up anyway. Anyway, I love YouTube. They do nothing but promote my channel. They're so helpful. When you're trying to get the word out, they do nothing but sit there and just blow it from a loudspeaker. Yes, healthy lifestyle, exactly. And especially when you get older, you realize how important it was that you lived that healthy lifestyle. Because at my age, I'm going to be 58 this month, I haven't gone to the doctor in over 20 years. I can still compete with 25-year-olds, okay? Believe me, being able to do what we can do at our age is it's just an extra jump in life. But see, that's something you had to start from a young age. I've been working out since I, running around as a kid. And 12 is when I started lifting weights and getting serious about that in sports and stuff in the Marine Corps. But, it benefits you when you get older. These people my age are in the doctor at least twice a month. Are you kidding me? All the pills they got to take. I don't have to take any pills. I don't have any problems like that. By the time you get our age, you should know how to be able to take care of yourself and be healthy. That should be one thing you know how to do. And it shouldn't be running to the doctor. Anyway, but now we got the liberals pissed off at jeans. Tesla cars, and now they're mad at blue jeans. And white women that want to sell them. This country's got problems, everybody. More problems than the politicians can fix anyway. But this is just crazy time. You just throw on look on what they're upset about today. A Target, a blonde, blue-eyed model is a Target who modeled blue jeans to sell blue jeans. And like I say, now they're selling a ton of them. I mean, I've been working. I didn't even hear about this till last night. And they're selling a ton of jeans because you got people that are mentally ill, and everybody knows it, and got a low self-esteem, pitching up a fit. And it's like, best way to promote your product. Make sure liberals hate it. And it'll catch on like wildfire. Because these woke liberals don't realize you're maybe 5% of the population. And the thing of it, most of you don't have jobs, so you don't have no money, so it doesn't matter. You boycott anything anyway, because if you don't have your government credit card or EBT, you can't buy nothing anyway. I saw a video today of this gal who, in a nice car, screaming at the camera saying that's the American taxpayer that's responsible to make sure her kids are fed, her life is taken care of and everything. Woo! That's quite the entitlement mentality, I would say. Quite the entitlement mentality. That's what you get these days. Anyway, I hope everybody goes out and every woman goes out and buys a pair of them jeans and one of those denim vests she was wearing. That looked awful nice. But I'm a heterosexual guy. I'm single. I don't mind going to the beach. Okay. Is that going to be the next thing? A white girl ain't going to be allowed to wear a bikini at a beach? Because somebody may take offense to it? I had girls. All I had was girls. So don't sit there and tell me about girls. How they try to get guys to look at them. You see all these gray hairs? That's from having girls. Women like looking at women. Men like looking at women. Believe me, there's probably lots of women that have watched those jean commercials wishing they could take those jeans off of her. Think I'm lying? If you don't like the way you look, then do something about it. Don't get angry and get uglier as the days go on. So you're just spewing ugly on the outside and the inside. Anyway, but this is the world we live in. Let's all get upset about some lady selling jeans. But you know what? We just made her famous for the rest of her life. She, no matter what she does, unless it tops this, she's going to be known as a woman that sold American Eagle jeans. Kind of like the Marlboro Man, huh? An American icon is what she is already, because the liberals decided to cry a few tears because they were offended because she might have been prettier than they wanted her to be. Yep. Sydney Sweeney is now an American icon. Anyway, I mean, the liberals, everything they do just backfires in their face. Just like July 4th, no King's Day. Really? Really? You think maybe that's what the Declaration of Independence was about? No King's Day? I mean, this is what happens when they're never corrected. When they go through school taught they're always right, even when they got every question on the test was wrong. Where are you from, man? I am from the Panhandle of Nebraska. I am 12 miles from the border of Colorado. I am in my grove right now. This is what it looks like. Put it this way. A lot of wide open space. And the northern part of Nebraska, even where I was a cowboy, was even better. But a wide open space, okay? Believe me, we don't have a problem out here with good-looking women wearing blue jeans. Oh, I tell you what, there's nothing better than a cowgirl, all right? Nothing better than a cowgirl. So anyway, that's, but yeah, it's a beautiful place out here. That's why it's hard for me to comprehend. I mean, I live in Saineville here, okay? The town that I live by, still leave it to Beaverville, all right? Okay, I live in Saineville, and to see all this stuff going on, getting upset about selling jeans. I mean, this is unreal. This is unreal. Hey, if everybody out there hit that like button, subscribe, and bell notification to support the channel, I appreciate it. This channel is not about selling nothing. It's not about selling like infomercial. It's about getting the truth out there. Getting everybody on the same page so we can realize that there's evil in this world that's affecting all of us, no matter what side of the coin you're on or political aisle you're on. And this is just another symptom of the illness in this country. Jeans. Nice, from Texas. What? I'm a cowboy, which I want to do. But the thing is, I'm an old cowboy. Okay, you from Texas, you know what I'm talking about. All this modern ranch shit where you sit there and use four-wheelers. I mean, the ranch I just came from, I learned out the Pathfinder Ranch in Wyoming. Went out 40 years old, going through a divorce. Middle of winter, I went out to Wyoming and learned how to rope and ride. Okay, I'm a Wyoming cowboy, and this new shit is beyond belief. I just don't. I mean, the last place I was at, weren't allowed to use dogs, weren't allowed to use ropes, and you weren't allowed to use horses. It doesn't sound like a cowboy job to me, but they raise seed stock, big bull place and stuff. And, but yeah, I'm a cowboy. And right now I didn't want to start on my tree business again, but it looks like I have to start on my tree business because we have so much competition from foreign workers in agriculture now that even a little guy like me can't even find a job because of this H-1B visas or whatever they're giving to all these, you've worked with them. A lot of South Africans, and stuff. It's a bunch of shit. I think with those programs are fine, but if you have an American that applies for the job, you got to hire them first. H-1B visas, okay? Okay, they're a bunch of shit, okay? Basically, the employers get pretty much all the money they paid these people wages back. You just get scammed, okay? But anyway, that's why I'm trimming trees, doing trees now. Eager Beaver Tree Care is back in business. Money up the ass again and more stress than I want to deal with. That's one thing, you start bringing more money in, you just have more stress. I'd rather be poor and free, but whatever. Making up enough money in a month what I used to make in a year, whatever it has to be. But maybe I'll sit there and have time to go do my Bigfoot hunt. I gotta look at it a different way. This is the thing. You can always make more money at doing something you don't like, but it's more. You get more out of it if you do what you like doing. I was never one that thought my pursuit of happiness was chasing the dollar bill. With the government that's got a carrot, or somebody's got a carrot in front of me, always lead me that way. That's a bunch of shit. Anyway, yeah, I run a tree business now again. Got a busy week anyway. But hopefully, one day I can find a old time ranch. So where the cowgirls don't have a problem wearing jeans and looking good and stuff. I mean, there's a reason why there isn't why cowboys and cowgirls are skinny. Because it's hard ass fucking work. Believe me, you're working cows on a horse, you're sweating just as bad as that horse is. You sweat riding a horse? Yeah. If you don't know that, you don't know how to ride a horse. Anyway. Anyway, that's what I do. Definitely in agriculture. That's why all these people that say we need to bring illegals in, because people don't want to pick the tomatoes or get in the fields and work in the restaurants and hotels. Well, if we kick them out, people will work in them. And that's just a line from the government. Because my brother lives over by Omaha, and when ICE went and raided the meat packing plants there, they're running full staff the next day. Oh, that's because Americans, they were forced to hire Americans who wanted jobs. You want to get rid of the illegal problem in this country? Enforce the immigration laws on employers that hire them. $1 million fine and 10 years in prison for every illegal you got in your company. I don't care if it's a company where you only make $100,000 profit a year. I don't give a shit. 10 years in prison, $1 million fine. How many employers do you think would be hiring illegals in this country? None. Then how many illegals do you think would be coming up through the borders to work here? None. If you had to be an American citizen to get a job here, we wouldn't have an illegal problem. But then again, if Washington, D.C. fixed the problem, they wouldn't be able to spend all this money on trying to create more problems. See, this is the thing. That's why Washington doesn't fix problems, because it doesn't. Then our budget, the government budget, would go to nothing. But we got all these problems, and the government needs to spend all this money to fix this problem and that problem and that problem. And as the American taxpayer, we got to worry about some lady selling jeans because they may get upset with her. Anyway. Sydney Sweeney doing a great job selling jeans. I like the Mustang commercial where she gets in the car and peels out and stuff. Old time. Caters to people like me. When the world used to exist before 9/11 and Barack Obama, that world? I would say the sane world, where we're still somewhat free, but our parents and our grandparents, you guys don't know what freedom is. It's like I tell my kids now, you don't know what being free is. So, Ben's sorry, I can't read that. Hamad, say hi. I say hi. Where are you from? Must not be from America. I do appreciate everybody being here. Oh, YouTube's cut everybody off. I tell you what, with these algorithms, when it comes time for social media, I got more than enough evidence to prove shadow banning, censorship, infringements on my constitutional rights like you wouldn't believe. But see, the reason they're allowed to do it, and when they get called into court, they're going to tell you, algorithm, that, well, we're not guilty. The algorithm did it. We didn't have somebody watching this. The algorithm did it. So they're going to, Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg, who, by the way, are covering for Donald Trump right now. Isn't it amazing that Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos are covering for Donald Trump with the no list shenanigans? Anyway, just shows you two wings of the same bird. And we're the ones getting shit on as they fly by. But the thing is, when all these people get held accountable for it, okay, and they come up with all the excuses, just like the Nazis did, had Nazis in the Nuremberg trials, okay? Oh, it's all Hitler's fault. We couldn't do nothing about it. Okay, even you little peon, just like in the 2020 election that stole it, even the mother of three that stuffed the ballot box needs to go to prison for the rest of her life. I don't care what kind of life she's living. She broke the law, okay? Just the way it is. But these people, I'm not going to listen to it. You know, I'm on YouTube because I'm going to get the message across. I'm not going to give up. When these liberals are doing absolutely stupid shit like that, get mad at a woman selling jeans, don't you have anything better to think about in your life? Except to think, oh, come up with your weird antics of what's actually going on? Nazi propaganda. Anyway, it's beyond hope. Okay, we need to start bringing back sanity in today's world. I mean, when we were getting divided on somebody selling jeans. Well, I think American Eagle did a damn good job at picking who they should sell their jeans. And I think they did a damn good job at the commercials they created. Look at all the jeans it's selling. Boy, best promotion thing they did. All they had to do was upset a few liberals. You know, these people aren't going to get their way all the time. They're not going to get it. Americans have had enough. You go woke, you go broke. American Eagle wants real models now, okay? Not Dylan Mulvaney or any other people that... You ain't going to sell anything if the people look at it, the picture, and look away right away and say, that's fucking gross. It's like on YouTube. I want to catch your attention to bring you on here. Put the right thumbnail on to get your attention. Well, hell, that got their attention. Most everybody thought, hey, that's a great jean commercial. But you had a few people that have low self-esteem. All of a sudden it became a Nazi propaganda commercial. Are you kidding me? But I tell you what, there's a lot of heterosexual men that would like to be able to let her take her jeans off so they could exchange genetic genes with her. Oh yeah, that's what they're really pissed off about. See, I've had women. I had girls. That's all I had. I didn't have no boys. I had girls, so I understand girls. I know about what they will do to get a guy's attention. And I know how pissed off they get when somebody else gets that attention. Am I lying? Do I got a girl in here or a woman in here that can tell me different? Like I say, I got gray hairs. Yelling at my kids all the time. My God, what they used to wear. Oh, Dad, you just got to accept it. Bullshit. Of course, I'd have been a little house on the prairie from the neck down to the ankles covered, but they would have changed clothes as soon as they left the house, right, girls? But anyway, like I say, men like looking at women, and women like looking at women. And there's plenty of women that were probably sitting there, hell yeah, I'd like to take those jeans off. Am I lying? But anyway, just something for the liberals to get upset about. Something for them to get upset about. Anyway, I'm going on for a half hour here. I got another live stream tonight I'm going to do about our children are in danger and all the angles that they're in danger from. Everything from the lists that don't exist to not being able to have a future because we're not raising them in a situation or condition where they're going to have a future. Okay? If you have a future, you can't be dependent on anybody, or you just made somebody else's future. But that'll be around 7:30 Mountain Time. Do a live stream on that. So trying to get some stuff out there, trying to shake up the algorithm a little bit, because I tell you what, Our freedom of speech is being curtailed by a computer program. And like I say, the First Amendment is so we can tell the government how we're feeling. The Second Amendment is so we can show the government how we're feeling. And it's time to show them, I guess, because they're not listening to what we're telling them. Anyway, that's all I got for this live stream. Appreciate everybody being here, and I'll be back tonight. But everybody enjoy your afternoon. This is Tom. I'm out of here.